This is to Curse the Sky on normal and hard. And my daily dice roll is up. I'm just going to do that real quick. Ooh, stone skin. That could be useful.
The
All right.
tranquil sound of the glades
So
waterfalls mixes
somewhere
with the
around
faint
here
clanor of
is
battle.
a key.
The
So you'll want to
Denise
hit the Q
stronghold
button around
must be
here and just make
nearby.
sure it's not in the water. It could be here. It could be in the other area. But I like to just check here so I don't have to backtrack.
As you round a corner of the path, the sounds of combat become much more distinctive.
And you can see I hit the Q and I found the key underwater, so I'm going to go get that. I think we could probably pick that lock, but I don't want to take a chance. So then if you swim to this area, there's an optional lever, but it makes some of the NPCs friendly, so it's, might as well do it.
As you enter the small grotto, a strange sense of clarity flows over you. A wave of magic passes through you as the ancient device activates. Your mind is now shielded from domination. You notice a small rusted cube is set into the mouth of the gargoyle. The sounds of battle echo down from high above the courtyard. The Archon's assault is in full swing.
All right, so this is normal, so I'm not really too worried about it. But these slat are pretty tough. They have knockdown, and that's a problem for us. And here they come.
Several Abishai disengage from the battle in the air and attack. You notice something glinting under the water.
There's 2 crests we need to grab. The first one's always here. And you can see these NPCs helping us, so we'll take whatever help we can get. And then... And the second crest is behind these boxes. Again, it's always there. And then we just proceed up the stairs. And we use the crests.
Malicia the succubus peers through the sealed gate. My goodness, guests! I suppose I should go freshen up. A metallic clang echoes down the hall as one of the gate's locks disengages.
I'm just kind of going through these rooms in a more of a clockwise order. Yeah, definitely a good place to have knockdown immunity.
The air grows strangely warmer as you head down the corridor.
While we're waiting for that thing to phase back in, below this water is an optional. It's actually a really cool optional. I think one of my favorites in this level range, and there's a shrine there as well. I'm not going to do the optional, but if you want to kind of explore the dungeon, it's definitely a cool one to check out.
The stench of burning coal assaults your senses as you enter this area.
Alright, so here's a crust. And then this, I believe, is for the optional. Oh no, maybe not.
The muted sound
Oh
of
yeah, it
metal
is. It's
dragging
for the
against
optional.
stone can be heard under the water.
Alright, so this is a pretty typical kind of floor puzzle.
This room seems to be some sort of additional security measure built by House Denise.
And now we can pull this lever,
The muffled
which
grinding
gives us
of
another
gears can be heard through the walls as the lever is pulled. With
shrine.
both levers pulled, the main hall's portcullis slides up, opening the way to the path beyond.
Alright, this is another place that's good to have knockdown immunity. You'd see the, alright, well that's a good deal if I can disable this. If you don't have trapping skills, you want to like, really try to jump over that thing as best as you can, because
This
it's
guard room is the last
it'll just keep
holdout of the
knocking you
Denise
down.
forces still within the castle.
Alright, so this is the one that opened. Yeah, and so the lever I said was for the shrine, or the optional, was really for this as well as the one by the shrine. So you want to get both those levers. All right, here's the end fight, and this is Militia, who we fought
Milicia smiles
at
as she
lower level.
says,
She's a demon,
"It's not nice to keep a girl waiting."
and demons require cold iron
Milicia
plus
says,
good to overcome their
"Don't
damage
look so
reduction.
surprised. You didn't think those other
On higher
times I
difficulties,
died were
there's
actually
2
going to
waves of enemies that
stick, did
come,
you? You have to kill me
and
on my own home
it's on a
plane for
timer.
any
It's
chance
not
of
based on
that."
damage or
She
anything, so
continues, "And just as
uh,
a hint,
you need
that's
to
not
take them down really
Shevarath.
quick. So
Or
if
here, for
DPS is
that
low,
matter.
this could be pretty
But I
challenging.
can't really let you
I
live
think
now that you know
we should be fine
that."
here because
She
we have
adds with a shrug.
pretty solid DPS. Although we'll
"Goodbye.
see how much
Time
that
to
damage reduction is
die."
on higher difficulties. I don't think it's not going to be super bad. Okay, so must be we can get by with just good because I do not have cold iron.
As the succubus falls,
Wow, didn't make it.
she whispers, "Until next time."
That's pretty
With
amazing. It
Milicia's
looks like
defeat, the
actually it looks
Devil
like
forces begin to retreat back to
Wyo died
Shevarath
from
once
not having
more.
death block. So one of Militia's attacks is Wail of the Banshee. And so I have death block, so I can't die from that. And I have immunity to level drain, so I can't get neg leveled. So that's a good. It's good this happened on normal because now I know that I need to give her death block for the final fight, so she doesn't die. But and I don't have to raise her since I'm going right back out anyways. Nothing too useful in that end list. I'm going to go right back in hard. And I remember for that end fight that I have to give the hireling death block because Militia's Wail of the Banshee, that's one of her attacks. You need death block to avoid the death
tranquil
proc,
sound
and you
of the
need
blade's waterfalls mixes with the
immunity
faint
to
clangor of
energy
battle.
drain to avoid
The Denise stronghold must be nearby.
the energy drain. And so I have both of those. 1 through death block is my armor, and my paladin core level 12 gives me immunity to negative energy drain.
As you round a corner of
So
the
WoW
path,
apparently doesn't have
the
either of those.
sounds
So
of
I'll give her a
combat
death
become
block
much
spell. Death
more
block protects
distinctive.
from both of those things. That was that stun, really nice. So I'm gonna hit the Q button, try to find the key. There it is underwater again. I've seen it on land here, like in this area, underwater here, and then underwater at the beginning. I think there's more than one spot it could be underwater here. So, most likely you'll find it here, but I always check in the beginning area because sometimes it's there.
As you enter the small grotto, a strange sense of clarity flows over you. A wave of magic passes through you as the ancient device activates.
And that's just to get the NPCs on our side. It helps a little bit. So at least I think it's worth it to get the enemies aggroing also on some of the guards instead of just on us. Especially in higher difficulties. I mean, here it doesn't really matter.
You notice a small rusted keyhole is set into the mouth of the gargoyle. The sounds of battle echo down from high above the courtyard. The Archon's assault is in full swing. several Abishai disengage from the battle in the air and attack.
Well, that's a champion. He's hitting pretty hard. Wyo's not doing too good. Should have maybe saved my holy retribution for this guy, but it's only hard. And always good practice to have that door open just in case you need a place to run back to in a tough fight.
Melicia the succubus peers through the sealed gate. My goodness, guests! I suppose I should go freshen up. A metallic clang echoes down the hall as one of the gate's locks disengages. The air grows strangely warmer as you head down the corridor. The stench of burning coal assaults your senses as you enter this area. The muted sound of metal dragging against stone can be heard under the water. This room seems to be some sort of additional security measure built by House Denise. The muffled grinding of gears can be heard through the walls as the lever is pulled. With both levers pulled, the main hall's portcullis slides up, opening the way to the path beyond. This guard room is the last holdout of the Denise forces still within the castle.
See little sparks from the Abishai. We're going to finish this off before we start the big fight. And let me give YO death block. I only have 2 clickies. So she does not die to Wail the Banshee again.
Malicia smiles as she says, "It's not nice to keep a girl waiting." Malicia says, "Don't look so surprised. You didn't think those other times I died were actually going to stick, did you? You have to kill me on my own home plane for any chance of that." She continues, "And just as a hint, that's not Shavarath. Or here, for that matter. But I can't really let you live now that you know that." She adds with a shrug, "Goodbye. Time to die."
So when the mobs start, I like to take care of the mobs. They're based on time, so there we go. Because it's going to be. All right. Well, she's surviving the whale, the banshee so far, or hasn't died to it. Here's whale the banshee. That's what killed Wyo last time.
Until next time. With Melicia's
Yeah, whenever you
defeat,
see
the devil
somebody at
forces
negative
begin to
10,
retreat
you know,
back to
oftentimes that's
Shavarath
an
once
instant
more.
death sort of effect. All right, I'm going to recall out, take my reward, and move on to the next quest. Thing super useful here, I'm going to just grab something to break down for essences, and that is to curse the sky on normal and hard.